Let's go. Let's go, guys. Wow. It's day 87, isn't it? And it's a beautiful day to be alive. No. What else? I don't know. I have no idea. Something that's annoying, because yesterday I talked about it. For some reason, Claude only allows me to send one message every 6 fucking hours. Therefore, blogs are just not being produced at the speed we want to. But I also realized I was talking with ChatGPT a bit, my alternative partner besides Claude, you know, both business partners, obviously. I was talking with that shit, and basically what ChatGPT was saying is, like, at the end of the day, the more pages, the harder it for you is to get searched organically. Because if we're being honest, it's day 87, almost day 90, which would be the original time of the challenge. But we're getting 0 visitors every single day on the website, organically from Google, from TikTok, from Instagram, from Pinterest, and from Facebook. 0. So yeah, we're not making money, guys. I was telling this to ChatGPT, very fucking pissed off, because at the end of the day, man, we're working so hard and it's just not results. And that's a tough one. So I told him, well, listen, man, 0 visitors, what the fuck can I do? Well, you gotta delete some pages because Google cannot index them all. It's like a very complex process. I don't even understand it myself. But yeah, it's oh well, it's something different, guys. You see a lot of people make money and become successful very quickly, which is 100% possible if you have the capital to set up ads. Now, obviously, I don't run ads. I have to do everything organically. And I want to show you guys the raw reality of doing shit organically, because not everything is happening in a way you would fantasy, in your fantasy, because everything has to go organically and has to go naturally in order to make the fantasy your reality. And now we're just trapping on this diss track as if it was my lifestyle, because I live my iced out. No. But I think it's good that I show this documentation journey. Also for myself, mostly for myself, in this very selfish point of view, because at the end of the day, if you really want to grow a business where you only have organic sources that can enhance the money you make, then a lot of people would not even be in business, because a lot of people think that it's easy to make money, which it is. But money and revenue doesn't equal profit. I've seen it with dropshipping. I've lost 10k, right, at the age of 16. So it's a difficult one. I feel like you guys know what I'm trying to aim at. It's just sometimes my messaging is not that clear, which is not a problem. But yeah, just gotta keep pushing, guys. You gotta keep pushing. No, I could be doing the Marlon type shit. Oh my god, you know, we're phasing through this endeavor of the world. I gotta mind my step. Got this shit ass slippers on. But yeah. It's also quite warm outside, guys. Look at the fit of today. Very clean, very minimal, you know, very basic, very cool. It's just bloody hot outside. Got a lot of shit to do today. First of all, the shit that I gotta do is post like 20 more times on Pinterest. I'm just pushing posts out there, and also on Facebook, obviously. And just learn trading a bit more. Also told my business partner from the agency that we're running. Obviously, we run multiple businesses, guys. Sorry guys, I'm having brain fog. I cannot really focus. My mind is drifting off everywhere. Sometimes you have to take deep breaths. Update on the neck situation. As few of you guys know, I think no one actually knows. My neck, it sort of snapped like, what is it? Almost 2 weeks ago. The right side, I couldn't move my neck to this side. But guess what happened now? Yeah, you know. Because I had to overcompensate due to the fact that this side hurted, I had to overcompensate this side. No, this side is fucked up. Yeah. Very cool. Staring into the camera as if I have something to say. But there really is no such thing to say. Bob Billionaire. That's my new name. My new nickname. Top model baby twerking. I want to talk to you guys. There's just something to talk about. Ever had that feeling where you want to say something, you do not know what to say, you just want to talk for the sake of talking? That's me right now. I want to talk, but I just don't know what to talk about. And I guess that's just showcases the raw reality of human beings, especially me, right? We're still adjusting the cap. Let's see if I can place my foot over. Very beautiful. Come on, papi. Papi chulo. Ma, bonsi man. You know, bonsi man. You know, people hate on individuals like Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, all these good guys. Ooh, good guys. Controversial take, Mr. Banks. Right. Very controversial. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize that life is business. Government is still a business. Everything is a business. Everything you see is a business. The reason you exist is because of business. Because, let's be honest, a hospital is business. But I'm not even talking about money-related business. I'm also talking about the fact that a man, in order to impregnate his wife, he has to do his business. He has to pound her real well and make sure he comes inside, right? That's also business. The word business has so much meanings and definitions, but yet no one knows what it means, truly. It means pursuing something that creates something. That's my definition of business. It's creating something meaningful, something better, something no one else is able to do. It's doing something that no one else can do for you. It's the same way of having a kid. If you fuck your wife or your girlfriend or whatever it is, like, there's no way that if another guy fucks her that it's gonna be the same baby, because it requires a certain person to
generate a certain species of baby. Isn't that true? Yeah, that's true. I know I'm right. I'm always right. I'm always right. Just keep that in mind, guys, okay? But yeah, that being said, that means that some people are just created to do something different. Not everyone is the same. And that's why I always say it's like people hate on guys like Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, Donald Trump. And the reason for that is because, well, if you want my honest opinion, they're just broke, sore, and weak losers that genuinely just hate their lives and genuinely just are people that when they're talking, someone talks over them. Well, that's my stereotype, but I know that my stereotypes are always right because I'm always right, like I told you. But that's the fucking reason why these people just hate on these guys, and they all also are the haters of Christianity. They also insult Jesus Christ because, well, he's a leader. He's someone that stands above them, and these people, even though they work at a 9 to 5 where they have to listen to their little boss or and just suck their dick to get a promotion, they don't like to be overruled. They are people that have double sides. They work, they let their lives be ruled by others, but they don't like to be ruled by others. And it's like a very controversial thing where it comes down to just being an undisciplined loser, not being able to have the discipline to stand up for yourself and not being able to have the discipline in order to create the life that you truly want and aligning yourself with your inner self. And that's also why I believe that the whole pride and woke propaganda that's going on, like the whole LGBTQ plus community, that gives the opportunity for these people that are being overtalked in every single situation to still have some sort of value in this world. Because if we really think about it, we both know that if you're a guy that just keeps being overtalked when you're talking and no one is listening to you, that girls don't fucking want that. Because that's just basic human psychology. Girls are not attracted to a guy who has skinny arms and who's just like a loser and socially anxious because he knows that when he speaks, no one is listening. Girls don't want that shit. So what did the world actually create? Well, we created a space where guys are not now being able to being fucked by dominant guys because girls don't want them anymore, right? Wow. That's my truth. That's my reality. That's how I envision the world. And no matter what you even think about it, I think this is the truth. I think I always speak the truth. And obviously, it all comes from my own personal beliefs and my personal envisions. But I think I'm always right. Because if you really think about it, why do people hate on God? Why do people hate on leaders that had meaning in their life? Is because, well, the main reason people attack people is because they don't have what they want. They don't have the life that they feel like they deserve, and therefore it's just like double double, where they feel like, at the end of the day, they just want a better life for themselves, but they can't create it because they're still stuck in this little circle, right? And it's interesting to see the downfall of the human endeavor because everyone knows that Christianity is the only way we can truly align ourselves not only with our own lives but also the life of God. And we know that the life of God was a meaningful life. And what is a meaningful life? Let me. What really is a meaningful life? Think about it. I don't think it's a life where you as a man get pounded by another man and say that Christianity is terrible and just being overtalked in a workspace and people are just not listening to you. Because I believe that that is something that, and obviously you can be that guy that gets overtalked. Not everyone has to be a dominant guy. But we do know that people that have more power in this world are certainly more dominant. Right? We know that Elon Musk is not a loser that gets people to talk over him, right? We know that Donald Trump has a very strong opinion about certain things. We know Elon Musk has a very strong opinion about things. We know that Andrew Tate has a very strong opinion about things. And the reason for that is because, well, they are not being talked over. No one is interrupting them when they're speaking, and that's why they have more power. So I'm looking at this in a perspective of, if you want to have more power and more influence in this world, you simply cannot be a loser that has weak arms, no biceps. Oh wow, now I just showed off myself that I'm not that big. But yeah, you just gotta be able to be someone that has the confidence and the balls to just speak up for themselves. And a lot of people don't have that. And because people don't have that, they try to look in spaces that give them the opportunity to still, have some form of power. So they just fuck people of their own gender. Or they say that they want to switch genders because if I were a guy that was a complete fucking loser and had nothing to say in this world, just weak arms, of course I want to be a girl too. Of course, because that means that guys want to fuck me. That means that I actually have sex. That means I actually have some form of power. Because a lot of these weak guys are intimidated by girls. Yo, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm just speaking truth. I'm just saying my own perspective of this world, and I believe that it's the truth. Adios. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gone. I'm never gone. I never disappear. I will always be here. You will always keep watching me. It started off as something bad, this vlog. I didn't know what to say, but eventually you get these thoughts. ADHD, right? They diagnosed me with ADHD. Something I don't believe in. I don't believe that I believe that I have ADHD, but like at the end of the day, there's only such thing that you can do with ADHD. You can either give yourself into it and just accept the fact that you have ADHD and really let your life be ruled by it. But you can also just accept the fact that you have ADHD and just don't give a fuck that you have ADHD and don't let your life rule by it. Because I was told back in the day that I wasn't able to learn or study or sit still for a very long period of time. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I stopped believing in the fact that I was not able to do those things. So I just sat down one morning and just worked from 5 till 8 a.m. with zero distractions and fully lock in. Because I don't believe in it. That's also the reason why I don't think depression is real. I think depression is just you realizing that the life that you're living right now is not the life that you should be living. It's your body and your mind telling you, hey, listen, the life you're living right now, you shouldn't be living like this because now you're depressed. And that means that's just an obvious sign of the life that you're living is just not the correct way of living, isn't it? Isn't that fucking obvious? People just don't see it because they give in to these diseases. They give in that corona or COVID or whatever you want to call it actually existed. They give in the fact that mental sicknesses are there. Oh yeah, bro, I'm anxious. Well, yeah, accept the fact that you're anxious. I'm not saying to push it away or to completely ignore it. Accept it and let go. That's a very old Shaolin teaching they taught years and years and centuries and decades before Christ even existed in the old monasteries in the Eastern culture, in Japan, in China. Accept and let go. And that is an example of what a lot of people are not able to do. They accept the fact that they have it, and they just give in to the fact that they have it, and therefore let their lives be ruled by it. Now, physical pain is something different, and it really opened my mind of having this neck pain, that physical pain is something you cannot ignore. Excuse-moi, monsieur. Merci beaucoup. But yeah, physical pain is something you need to accept. But again, you shouldn't let it rule your life. Like obviously my neck hurts a lot. This morning I woke up with a lot of pain in my neck. Not pain, it's just like, it is pain. Yeah, it is painful. But at the end of the day, I still worked out this morning. I still did everything in my power to make sure that I'm fit. I'm out there, that I'm not giving in to the pain. Like there's a difference, and this is something that I keep having discussions with people. It's like there's a difference between giving in to the pain and accepting the pain. Because giving in to the pain is like, yeah, okay, I have pain, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Yeah, I was thinking like this as well, but like it's not true. That's just all psychological. Yeah, physical pain is real, but it's how you interpret the physical pain into your conscious and subconscious, especially subconscious mind. Because if you keep saying to yourself, "Oh yeah, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain," you're going to be even more in pain because you're training your subconscious mind. And we all know that all decisions, everything we do in life, comes from the subconscious mind. So in order to make sure we make the right decisions, we have to train our subconscious mind every single day. And how do you do that? Think positive, see opportunities, create opportunities. Make sure you put in the daily actions required for you to improve 1% every single day. And that is such advice that you hear all the time. But guess what, motherfucker? No one is implementing it. And guess also what? If you're a guy like me that still, is highly being influenced by social media, you feel like everyone in your surrounding is winning. They're making money, they're fit, they look good, they get girls, they have the three F's is what I call them: finances, fitness, and females. Or family. Family is probably a better example. You feel like everyone in the universe has that. Everyone around you. I've seen people go from the most disciplined individuals to complete nobodies within 2 years. Because do you know what the how do you say that? What the edge is to where you start seeing real results in your life? And then I'm talking about a time span. I don't like the line, on my screen, like a horizontal line. But do you know what the line is, the timestamp is from where you actually see things happening in your world, in your life? It's after 3 years. 3 years. Okay? And I have to remind myself of this as well, because I've only been in business officially, I've registered my business for not even 2 years. So I have to remind myself, well, listen, bro, if you want to get successful in a morally right way, financial success in a morally right way, you gotta wait 3 years. Oh, don't wait. Take action every single day. You gotta make it happen. I know that for a fact. All these people you see online, they always pronk about fast success. It always looks like they have money very fast, which can be true. But I know a guy, I'm not disclosing any names, he just keeps switching business model after business model within 3 months. Because I've noticed myself as well, after 3 months, you want to switch business models. And I'm slowly thinking about that again. Because remember the channel we're on right now, it's the clothing brand. I haven't seen results in 87 days. I might quit after the day 90. And that's the thing. I did dropshipping, actively selling for 4 months. I did coaching for 4 or 5 months. I did content for 4 months exactly. It's always, and everyone has their edge, it's always for me after 5 months, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. Sorry guys, I'm just too ripped. I'm out of there, always, after 5 months. And the reason for that is because that's the edge where you feel like the work that you've been putting in just doesn't result in anything. Scary. My hair looks good, by the way. I do not even know how I pulled this off.
Just speaking off my mind, guys. I gotta get back to schoolwork. Scheiße. You can skip this part, by the way. But can I be honest, guys? I believe that living in dictatorship, in terms of the rights form of a country, is the right way to live. I think if you have one leader, that's the right way to live. And I don't care about all the indoctrination. I don't care about all the propaganda. But obviously there's a controversial side of this, because if your leader is a loser, who, doesn't give a fuck about your own country, then obviously it's a different story. But if you genuinely have a good leader that cares about the country, takes action, and also opens up communication lines and market and economic lines with other countries and has just good bonds with other countries, then I believe that being in a democratic or republic form of, choosing your politician, I don't think that has ever worked, has it? Because I don't think that if the people of a country choose who the leader is, that doesn't work. Because I see it in the Netherlands, I see it happening. It's like people are so influenced by certain events that occur. Like, let's say in the Netherlands we have sort of like an asylum seeker problem. I don't even see it as a problem. I don't think it is a problem. But as soon as like an asylum seeker rapes a girl, then more votes go towards the right side of the spectrum. And the right side are the people that want the borders closed and that kind of stuff. But once we see that, a lot of people, once we see that, what is a good example? That there's more respect towards pride and more respect towards LGBTQ+, then we see that there are going to be more votes towards the left side, which is completely normal because people are just influenced by, emotions and by events. And that's the problem as well. Because if we keep just living at event after event, oh, this happens, now I'm voting this guy. Oh, this happens, now I'm voting this guy. I don't think that works. I just don't think that that's the right way to go about it. We just need a stable way of living. We just need a stable leader where we can trust in and know that he will do the best, the absolute best for our country. And that just doesn't happen when people are emotionally voting for people because of events that occurred. We gotta look at the facts, not theory. We gotta look at the reality and really see what is happening in this world. We gotta accept and see the reality for as it is and not just look at the books. Not just say, well, the theory says that back in the day we used to bring a lot of migrants to this country, so it's our own fault. Well, yeah, we did, but those people chose to live here as well. We didn't kidnap them, but like, I'm not even going to politically, fuck that word. Not even going to give my opinion about it, because I don't think it's relevant. But yeah, I'm just speaking off my head. 30 minutes in, longest vlog so far. Day 87. If you do that, mine's 20.
You always have day 67, which is a very lovely number. Breathe in, breathe out, guys. That's the last advice I want to give you. Adios.